Hey there.
I always make you say the first thing. You always go, "Hey there."
Hey there.
I was like, just
Well,
make sure you get awkward enough to speak.
well, no, a couple weeks ago, I think I was going sweet. But all you could hear me saying was wheat.
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 We all
Because Discord kept cutting out the S.
we love wheat around here. It
Wheat.
makes bread
We do like bread.
and Honey Nut Cheerios, which are the two things that come
Oh.
from wheat.
What about apple cinnamon Cheerios?
No, they make that with something different.
Is it
Obviously.
oats? I thought Cheerios were oats.
No, they've got like a bunch of grains, which is basically just them saying we swept this off the floor of the factory and put it in a cereal box for your children. It's literally like leavings, you know. They make like rice cereal and then they make like wheat cereal. And then they just like the shit that's left over, they just put in like multigrain cereals. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, well, I know for certain that chickens love Cheerios.
They love just about anything they find on the ground that won't kill them. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, big sigh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just I've been in a mood.
Yeah.
A non-funny mood. You have to do a funny thing for the cold open.
Oh no.
You could tell a joke.
Um,
Nope, not
Knock,
funny.
knock.
Oh, okay. We're trying.
knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupted cow who?
Moo!
Ah! I felt like that was a little telegraphed. I also didn't laugh. You laughed, which is fine.
Oh, I think it's funny.
It is funny.
It's a pretty good joke.
I think it's I don't know, interrupted cow, you're like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you call a cow with no legs?
I don't know what.
Ground beef.
Oh, that I don't know that one. I actually know them both, but yeah.
Oh,
Hello and welcome to the Bitchell Test. I'm Great Bit.
I'm the Smitchell.
We are the MVPs of minimum viable podcasting.
100% MVP.
We just spent like 10 minutes talking about how we were going to work more on it, which was weird, but
Yeah.
That was
for the
off the
first time.
recording.
For the first time ever, I think we did the administrative segment offline.
I think we actually fucking did. Oh,
Is this a
God.
sign that we might be getting better at this?
I don't want to jump to any conclusions here. You know,
Okay.
I really don't want to like make it sound like we're doing this like we really want to do it.
But we kind of want to do it.
But if we want to do it, then someday we won't want to do it.
That's what you say.
That's the anxiety segment. Hold on. Say
Hold
that
on,
for the
yeah.
anxiety segment.
Yeah. Hold up. You're getting ahead of yourself. I did want to say though, we should probably stop shitting on the podcast. And
Excuse
maybe
me.
be more positive about it.
What do you
Just to
mean?
promote it. I think it's better than we think it is.
I don't.
I think it is.
But if we think it's good, then someone might say it's bad.
Oh, we know it's bad. We have to lie to ourselves.
I don't like to lie.
If we say it enough, it will be true.
I like to lie when it's funny for me to lie. That's the only time I will lie. Is
Okay.
when I think it's a cool joke. And then no one else will be in on the joke except for me. Because I'm the one lying. Everyone else is like, that makes sense. And I'm like, ha ha ha. That's called sociopathy, actually.
Official
Anyway.
technical term.
Yeah, kind of. That's what my analyst tells me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If we stop shitting on the podcast, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the administrative segment. If we stop shitting on the podcast, what do we do then? That's like half our content.
I know. We have to not have that content anymore is what we'd have to do.
How are we going to get to like vaguely an hour's worth of shitting on the
Yo,
podcast?
we talked for 2 hours last week.
It was a long
I
one.
guarantee you 1 hour of that was not pooping on the podcast.
Just feels that way.
It feels like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking, like, what would the podcast sound like if we cut out every time we talked about the podcast from the podcast?
You're going crazy.
I am.
You are
I have had.
literally having a psychotic break.
Now I'm on my 5th cup of coffee at 3 in the afternoon.
What if we stop referencing the thing we're doing and the thing we're doing?
Yeah.
That's sort of like one of the tripart stool legs of the podcast.
It is. It is a cornerstone of our entire identity.
It is.
But what if it was something else?
Well, okay, well, I mean, I'm fine. We're doing it right now, by the way.
We are doing it right now.
Which
I
I think is wonderful. But
Yeah.
I think you need to provide something else to fill it in, like fiberglass or silly putty. Like what?
Oh, so I'm not allowed to have silly putty anymore.
You aren't? You keep
No.
eating it? Yeah.
No, I didn't eat it. I
What'd
was
you
just
do?
we talked about this
What?
previously on the Bitchell test.
Did we? Okay, well, I remember.
Yeah,
That was funny.
I had silly putty as a kid,
Yeah.
and then my mom took it away because I was being disciplined for something I didn't do or did do. I don't remember. I was a kid.
You were a
And
kid.
she put it in her pocket.
Oh,
And then she washed her robe.
Yes.
And then she put it in the dryer, and it ruined her favorite robe, and it was my fault. I was like, yo, I wasn't the one who took my silly putty.
I'm not the one wearing clothes, Mom.
Yeah, jeez.
Come on.
Anyway, that's how I remember it, and that's how it happened.
Well, that was funny a second time. It was perfectly viable, even though all three of our listeners have already heard that story.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a short recap. I didn't delve into it for 5
That's
minutes.
fine, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not over it.
Did we do a silly putty segment? I don't think we did.
No, I don't remember how it came up.
Or was it like times our parents were very angry with us, the segment?
Oh, so many times.
There's really a bunch of them.
I kind of want to avoid talking about family.
Yeah, I don't like it either. My family sucks.
Because what if they listen to this? Then they'll know the truth, and then I'll have to talk to them about it.
I talked about my son in the last podcast.
I was going to ask, yeah. Was that a good idea?
I don't know. I don't think he listens to this, so it's fine.
No, but we linked it in your Discord, and I know he's in it.
Yeah, I love him, but I don't think this is his kind of thing. Like, listen to me yap is like his life. So,
Oh, that's true. That's
kind
true.
of like he already gets a lot of this stuff. I test out all my material on him.
Yeah. Do you ask him if it's okay if you talk about him?
I should.
Yeah.
He's at that age where it's just like, should I consider him, like
Probably.
an adult, and a being in his own right? Should he have civil rights? Should I
I think
allow
so.
him out of the basement?
It's something that I think about a lot with people who have children and are on the internet, and like you are putting your kid out there for all to see, like on
Crying out
Facebook
loud.
and whatever, because you're happy and you're proud.
First of all,
But
have you?
but,
I'm not going to mention what's going on, but have you
Yeah.
seen the Discord?
have I seen the Discord?
I'm not putting my son out there for everyone to see. Okay.
No.
That's something he's
other
doing.
Other parents.
Okay.
I mean, he's
fine.
doing it himself now, but
Yeah.
like I see younger parents, you want to share your child and whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you create all those embarrassing moments that happen as a child are then like recorded forever. And I know
Yeah.
as an adult, and the retelling of embarrassing things I did as a child that happens on the daily from
Well-
my parents, and when I'm in the room with them, like I don't like it.
Here's my defense, and it's totally rational, and I'm correct. One,
Okay.
we really didn't call him out personally.
No, we didn't.
Called out Sonic the Hedgehog as an institution, as something that I personally don't totally understand. That you admitted to not understanding either.
No, I don't follow it at all.
And two, it is being mirrored with exactly what is going on in the podcast right now.
That's true.
I mean, on the Discord, excuse me.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not wrong, and I know he didn't listen
No.
to this. Son, if you hear any of this, let me know. That'll help me make a decision about whether or not you're an autonomous human being, separate from my body and mind, which I don't believe you are. Okay, that'll help me figure that out. And
Oh, no.
3, I'm not telling you he like did something terrible or
No.
so it's like I'm having this like a son adjacent thing. I'm not like one of those YouTubers just like, we're going to tell our kids they're going to Disney World and then bring them to the dump and leave them there. That's not what I'm doing.
I have been to Disney World too.
Was it a dump?
It depends on which part of the park you're in.
No, it's true. The whole Disney World thing is only good as so far as it pisses off Ron DeSantis. That's all I
Oh,
care about now.
yes.
I
Angry
love.
Ron is the best Ron.
Yep. I
Yep.
think if
Sad,
Mickey,
angry Ron.
if Goofy could like find Ron in a darkened parking lot and just shank him while laughing the whole time, that would be great. What are these guys doing all the time? You know, you got Donald and Mickey and these guys just hanging around being like, you know.
Oh. Anyway, circling back to my point about kids.
I think that would be fine, by the way.
Asking permission, I think, would be... Because we... It's going to come up.
Well, it might.
It might.
Well, my kid wants to do stuff online. And be like, oh, you told everyone about the time I did this thing, and it was really mortifying when I was 5.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you said you want to be on the internet. Like, that's not an argument.
Nope.
I think if I bring something up again adjacent to him, I will check with him first.
Yeah.
But I think the numero uno especial in this particular thing was Sonic the Hedgehog.
It was Sonic the Hedgehog.
In his aura, his Jonestown-esque charisma, you know.
Anyway,
whatever it is.
Yeah. I guess I worry too much, and you worry too much, which brings us to the anxiety segment of this podcast.
We're not done with the intro. There's one more thing.
That was the intro. What's the other thing?
Well, I think we're doing administrative segment, honestly.
No, we did that already.
No, it's still happening. This is the problem with your plans, Smitchell. Okay, I don't know when things end. Smitchell said to me, "Gee, great bit. Your whole concept for this podcast with the segments and the timing and the noises. I hate it, and I hate you, and I hope you die."
Those are my exact words, 100%.
Yep. And speaking of anxiety,
I hate this. I hate your house. I hate your face.
It's so true. It's funny because it's true. The point being that she was wondering what it would be like if we didn't do the timing the segments, right? And I'm like,
well, yeah.
And no, like loud buzzers and stuff, which I think is wonderful. But I think this time we're not doing that. We're having noises,
yeah,
but we're not timing the segments, and we're also not playing sounds at the end of the segments.
If I try to time the segments, I get crap for it anyway.
You don't understand.
It's not funny.
It is funny for me. Remember?
No,
it's funny for Jimmy.
It makes
Jimmy
me
thinks
sad.
it's very funny.
No Jimmy's. We talked about this. You're not allowed to eat Jimmy's.
That's true. They're just wax.
Yeah.
No matter how delicious they are, you don't get any nutrition from them. Stop.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Maybe it wasn't funny. But the point is that I think we're going to try it Smitchell's way.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the name of the podcast.
No, it's still the Bitchell Test.
We call it Smitchell's Machine, starring Dabney Coleman or something.
The Smitchell's Way, though, is now the title of this episode.
Smitchell's Way, yeah. Like Carlito's Way, except different and nerdy and white and indoors and
Smitchell's Way, now with more better.
Indoors and no guns and no gangsters. All right, so that's being out of the way.
Yeah.
Anxiety. I've been talking a lot. Why don't you tell me about your anxieties first?
Oh, you know how things exist?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I'm anxious.
Yeah. I get that.
It sucks. It sucks so much.
Yeah, I think we kind of skate really close to anxiety when we're talking about dread and dreadful things, right?
That's one of the many flavors of anxiety. Like,
oh.
And I wish I could control it, but there are days where you wake up, maybe it's just me, and I'm unique in this, but like I can't get out of bed.
I doubt it.
I just cannot get out of bed. The idea of being up and out there in the world and doing anything is so anxiety inducing that I just want to not wake up.
Honestly, like I think I do the same thing. You know, especially on the weekend when I'm allowed to do that, right?
Oh yeah, weekend's the worst.
And it's just like, okay, well, I look at the clock, I roll over, and I'm comfy, and I don't care, and I just go back to sleep. You know, it's just like, it's not so much that like I guess I am anxious because I'm feeling shitty about something. Mm-hmm. And I know that sleeping will push it away for a while, so I think it's similar.
You're sort of like procrastinating about getting up because you don't want to face the reality of the day, which you don't know what
Yeah.
it is, which is anxious inducing because it's the unknown.
I think there's a lot of things that we don't perceive immediately as anxiety inducing that are anxiety inducing because we're
Yeah.
stuck in it. Like I remember my life, in the before times,
Mm.
um, before best friend V Great Bit. Uh,
Ah.
and I was bent up about a lot of things I didn't really perceive, you know, and it was related to that because my best friend wasn't a super good best friend, and it not being best friendly enough was sort of bugging me, and I told myself that was kind of like on me for some reason because that's how this sort of best friend things go, and it just turned out that so much of the tension was wrapped up in that, but I couldn't see it. It could be a
Mm.
lot of things. Like I know that you left a recent business arrangement. Well, some might call it a employment,
Uh-huh.
and you knew that there was a lot of anxiety-inducing things there, right?
Oh, definitely.
But there
It
were,
was
yeah,
that's the reason I struggled to get up in the morning,
exactly. And
which
then,
is
but
not a way to live.
I'm sure there was other things that you didn't perceive entirely either. That just
Uh,
sort of went
I
away.
think the one thing in all of that that I didn't realize was how much stress I had wrapped up
Yeah,
in that work and
yeah,
how insanely unhappy I was doing the job.
yeah, yeah.
It was tough.
It was an employment of stress,
Yeah.
and I think you know. I've talked about my feelings on this multiple times, but I'm glad you got out of there because
Yep.
you're obviously happier now. You're
Oh, so much more
obviously
happy. But I have new anxieties now.
living your truth. Yeah.
What if people I'm related to outside of my immediate relations, aka my spouse,
Yeah.
find out what I'm doing? Are they gonna judge me? Are they gonna like uh unfriend me for lack of a better word about it? Or like tell me how I'm a bad person? Like I worry about this all the time.
Are these family members? People you're related to by blood?
Yeah, they're family members, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want them to know what I'm doing.
I don't think it's a problem of so much them knowing what you're doing, so much as them just knowing what you're doing and then giving you shit about it, right?
Or having an opinion about it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's to the point where you don't want them even to think about you. It's not that bad, but I
No.
think that it's if they did decide to, I don't know, be like, well, this podcast is way too funny and Grape It is too great of a man. I
Yeah.
think I'm never talking to you again. How would that make you feel?
I feel nothing.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
I think that's a problem that solves itself.
It does.
If they don't
I
like
don't know
Grape
why I'm
It,
so
then you don't
wrapped
need
up in
them.
this.
You don't need them.
I don't know why I'm so wrapped up in it though. Like I'm worried about them finding out what I'm doing. Like it's like I'm ashamed of what I'm doing on some level or something.
Yeah, I know. Talking to me is shameful. I'm with you there. But
Well, it's not just that. Just like generally not working
oh,
at
that.
a normal job. Yeah. It's that stuff.
Well, I don't know. You could get hired any damn place because you're great, and
Oh, I
that's
could.
the important part. I think your marketability is way more important than your actual
Ooh,
labor these days.
I want to be the smoothie taster at the smoothie store.
Every smoothie they make goes to you first.
Yes. Face first experience.
That's great. You just hand it
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah. I want someone to pay me money to walk in the park and fart at the intersection.
Wow, farts are on the mind today.
Oh yeah.
We had a little bit of a fart conversation before recording, and this is the
Oh
second
yes.
lesson of
We'll
farts.
we'll get into that later.
I think we have a segment that may possibly come
We
up
do.
if the Ken is correct. So yeah, I think that problem of that particular part of your anxiety could fix itself.
It could. Yeah.
It could be just like, whoops, I removed myself from your life, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
But I think your dread about it maybe being more than that is
Yeah.
valid, and having problems, sort of with your anxiety in relationship to that is A, not your fault, B, the fault of horrible people, and if I ever see them, I will run them over with my car.
Oh
And
no,
C,
you're not allowed to commit vehicular homicide in my name
I'm
unless
not doing
it's a
it.
specific politician.
I'm not doing it on a motorcycle, okay? I said I'd be in my car.
Vehicular
Anyway,
manslaughter is any
I don't
vehicle.
know why you have a problem with this.
I don't know why you don't know what vehicular is.
I was gonna do it in a
Uh,
dump truck, but I knew you wouldn't like that either. So,
oh, is it on fire?
dump truck fire,
Dump
burning
truck
dump
fire.
truck running over people who
Yeah,
made you sad. I think that would be fine.
that's fine.
Um,
It's like the gay roller, but more forceful.
oh, I love that fucking comic.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I mean, family is so fucking screwed up.
it is.
It's like you have this like lottery chance of like being attached to people who are actually good and actually supportive
Mm-hmm.
and love you. Like,
Yeah.
what are the chances? How many times do you hear someone like saying like, the people in my family are shit, or like they did this or whatever? Like, because it's always bad. Someone makes mistakes, but like a lot of times like this person was actively a shit to me my whole life.
Yeah. I didn't experience that. I have a very loving family, and I grew up with lots of opportunities and
Huh.
support, and I just got weird about it.
You
So,
got weird about it?
yeah, some of the stuff that I thought was like support, though, like I started interpreting as like backhanded insults at one point.
Well, wouldn't they have been? Like, I mean, what
They might be. It's
I
hard to
don't.
say.
I'm not sure. I don't know enough about this. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
And I don't want to dig too deep into it either because I don't want to record it.
it just sounds like,
But it's the source of my anxiety.
yeah, huh?
Yeah, like I've got traumas, but they're different. They're verbal traumas.
Come on, verbal traumas? You kidding me? You're acting like that
Yeah.
isn't a trauma?
No, it
That's
is a trauma.
absolutely trauma.
It is trauma. And there's low level abuse in there at some point. But I think I'm surprised at how much it's affected me as an adult.
Dude, emotional abuse is emotional abuse. And the only way
Yeah.
it happens is via verbals. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is like, I don't know, we're getting really heavy. But the point
I know.
is that, you know, people really have this like one in a million shot at having like a family that doesn't like, ruin them somehow. It doesn't have to be like, everyone sucks. It could be like a bad dad, a bad aunt, whatever,
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well, we're just stuck with that, you know? It's like, was it Hegel who said like, we're thrust into this life without our consent, and that is sort of like
Yeah.
very similar concept because we're thrown into this sort of like little club without our consent, and it sort of like forms around us like a fungus, and either it's a good fungus or it's a bad fungus. Most funguses
Yeah.
are not great, but some of the,
I like the mushrooms.
you do enjoy the mushrooms. I think some of our earliest conversations were about mushrooms you took a picture of. You were like,
What?
"Hey, great bit.
Yeah.
This is a mushroom." I'm like,
Oh
"Okay."
yeah, the chicken of the woods I found
Chicken of the
that
woods.
was dead and desiccated on the ground.
Oh,
It was huge.
and then there was all the bird shit pictures you sent me.
Oh, that's just art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jackson Pollock of the avian nature.
Oh, I love ravens and crows.
I like birds.
They make the ground interesting.
But yeah, I mean, like, your observations of the natural world is something that I remember. Actually, my observations of the natural world had a big impact on me as well.
Yeah.
I told you about that time I saw a coyote in the early morning.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, and then you were like, "What are you doing out there in the early morning?" I was like, "Oh, I got to pay for my lawyer."
Yeah.
Set up
And I was like, "What lawyer?"
Yeah, I kind of went all into a thing. I'll leave that.
Uh.
I'll leave that for everyone's imagination. But I think that
Uh-huh.
um, family, fungus,
Yeah.
coyotes.
Can't choose your family. But you
Right.
can choose your friends.
You can choose your friends, and
Yeah.
it's like I just think that I think there's a point where, and you've got to figure it out for yourself. Obviously, like goes beyond like just normal malfeasance, which is like I'm an idiot, to like abuse or whatever. That's a
Yeah.
fine line, and it's like
It is.
I know where the line is on my childhood and what happened, and it could happen in a lot of different ways. So hopefully, listener, your family is supportive.
Oh, I hope so,
Abusive,
listener.
Yeah. Yep.
If they're not, tell Great Bit, and he will drive them
I'll drive over them with
over
my
them with
car
his flaming
dump
his no
truck,
your dump truck with the fire on it. Yeah.
the fire truck, which is
Yeah.
just a truck that's on
Just
fire.
truck that's on fire. It's so good for the environment.
You know, it's great. And someone says, "Get the fire truck." The house is burning. I drive up a dump truck with a fire on the back of it. They're
Oh
like,
no.
"No, I meant a real fire truck." You're like, this truck's on fire. What do you want?
She dumped burning asphalt into the yard.
We should do it all sorts of things. If there's someone who makes you miserable, I will probably murder them if given the chance.
Murder feels a bit extreme, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm so
Yeah.
like ready to. I don't know. I
Because
just think
I do
that
have a list. They're
people-
politicians, but
no.
they make me miserable.
It's really hard to kill a politician and like, you know, unless it's one. There's one who you could really like just do and not have to worry about anything that happened after it. But I think that, you know, life isn't as precious as I used to think. Oops, my mistake.
Yeah. It's different.
State's evidence against Great Bit v. the universe. All right. So I don't know when the segment ends. Honestly, did I talk about my
it just
anxiety?
keeps going on. I think you did. You.
I don't know. We've been talking about your family and your anxiety, and then
This is sort of sourced out of family.
about a dump truck.
Yeah.
I don't know. My anxieties are just, you know, right now, like my entire life has been sort of like uprooted, and since the best
Yes.
friend left me, like right now, I'm just sort of like wondering, like, I'm anxious about like the whole proceeding ending, and like the, you know, all the monies and all the properties and everything being divided, and just, you know, it being over, and me like, you know, at some level like not having an excuse to be miserable all the time, which I'm gonna be anyway. But
Yeah.
like, you know, like it's just like it's not actively happening, you know, because it won't. That part of it won't be, you know, occupying my mind. And I'm anxious about like, should I try and like get into another relationship with someone? Is that something I should do? Is that what I want? Like at some point, it's like I'm anxious that like, you know, two people getting together for any reason, you know, almost is just adding one person's misery to the other, you know, and then you just have like this misery pie, you know. You both, yeah. It's like,
I think that's a common feeling in your situation.
so I don't know, like what now? Anxiety.
Yeah. Oh.
I think a guy at my age like wants to start like a Pinterest group about like, you know, trains or something.
Ooh, Pinterest.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that.
What if?
What if?
I don't know.
You know what's cool is that I did
What?
start something recently. I'm really proud of it, actually.
What'd you do?
I talk crap about it constantly, but I'm actually pretty proud of it. And it's this podcast called The Bitchell Test, where I like to talk about the podcast on the podcast because it's a great way to inflate the runtime.
Oh, we don't need to do that.
You don't do that?
We don't need to inflate the runtime.
It's the first. This is our first fucking. This is where the timer comes in handy because it's almost been a half an hour and we're on the first segment.
No, we've moved past the first and second segment.
No, we haven't. I'm still
Yeah,
talking
we
about
have.
my anxieties.
Well, then we should talk about something else.
No, my anxieties are just important as Smitchell's anxieties.
See. Now we're not going to move on because you want to keep talking about it.
I'm anxious that we're not talking about my anxieties.
Why did you drive to Vermont?
Oh shit! Right. I went to Vermont, so we can talk about anxieties and Vermont. This goes
It's
into
tangentially related.
it is, yeah. But yeah, so I'm just having this crisis, and you know, I like traveling around to help keep my mind off things. You know, I do it on my scooter when I can. You know, it's a 150cc scooter. I can get up to like 55 miles an hour, so I can go real far.
That's pretty fast.
Oh, it's wonderful. So I'm driving late at night. You know, I don't know. It was like 7 o'clock when I left, and I was just like, I grabbed a coffee and just started driving. That's how I know, like, oh boy, where am I going to be this time? I've done it 4 or 5 times recently, and I used to do it a lot more often when I was younger. I don't know what I do. So I just put on a podcast to drive, and I'm thinking and all this stuff. And like, I decide I'm going to go basically Route 119, Route 2 West. Because I've been north a bunch of times. Like I went to Canada, almost. I went to Maine, and I went to Manhattan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went, I've been driving around just sort of with a mental problem, and it takes me places. So I'm driving generally west on Route 119 or Route 2 West. And I get past, say, like, I guess it's Townsend, Groton, and if and everybody who listens to this podcast is like thousands of miles away from here, so it's going to make a lot of sense to you. All these road
Groton?
signs and stuff. Groton.
I remember Groton.
Groton.
Is that out past Acton?
Yep.
Yeah.
Toward Athol. Anyway, so I'm on Route 119. Eventually, I cross over the, I'm like above Worcester now.
Ooh.
And I cross over the border, Worcester, over the border to New Hampshire. And if I keep going, I'm going to end up at Brattleboro, Vermont. And I'm like, that's a place to go. So I'm just driving and thinking about my life. And I stop for gas because you do.
Yep. If you're going that far, 100%.
I need air in my tires, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get some air. So I'm like noticing things as I'm getting out of my car. It's like 11:30 at night. This caravan of like big white vans all shows up, right?
Oh,
And
candy.
no, I hope not. They're all from some church somewhere in like Nevada or something.
Sad candy.
Yeah. And they're just packed with kids and families, like just tons of like white children running around the fucking parking lot at this gas station at 11:30 a.m.
PM.
And PM, sorry, yeah. And it was just like surreal. And they got their Trump shirts on and stuff. And I don't know where they're going, but like I hope it's out of the country because
Oh,
Lord.
no.
And I'm just thinking,
Straight to Canada.
this is the weirdest thing. I'm standing next to the air machine, trying to get to work.
Yeah.
And I hear this voice out of the corner of my ear. I hear, aren't you a big, tall glass of milk or water, or whatever the fuck they call it?
Oh, no.
And there's this enormous woman just standing on the other side of her car, which is like parked a few away from mine. I'm like, hi. Trying not to. And this big dude gets out of the other side. I'm like, oh, God, this is her husband or something.
And it's how you die, too, right?
Yeah, basically. I'm going to get shanked
Yeah.
and then abducted by aliens. And then this guy, he's like, oh, you leave him alone, like that. He goes,
What?
she's so fucking horny.
Oh, my gosh.
And they're like, it's like, you shut the fuck up.
What was the name of this place? I'm adding it to my do not go place list.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. They were sitting, this is the funny thing. They were sitting there in the car, like, I didn't even know they were there. Like, the whole time. Like, I've been in the pumping gas, getting a snack, coming over here. So it's been like 20-something odd minutes, and maybe 15. And they've been sitting in the car there alone in the dark by the air machine. And when she sees me, she comes out and says, oh, what a tall glass of water you are, or whatever. And, I'm not that attractive. And, this whole thing happens. And this children just like screaming their heads off the whole time. Where was it? I can find out. I can go to Google
Where
Maps.
did you go? What is this horrible place you found in Vermont?
No, this was actually in New Hampshire on the way to Vermont.
Oh, New Hampshire.
Yep.
Oh, no.
But, New Hampshire's scary and weird.
It is weird.
I gotta... Well, I don't know if I can find it here, but I'll tell you where it was near, okay?
Yeah.
I was on Route 119.
Uh-huh.
I was near Richmond or Winchester, New Hampshire.
Oh.
Fairfield, St. Benedict Center.
Right in that area?
Oh, wait a minute. Is this it? Hold on.
Was it the fire department?
Was it on fire?
Oh, that's a good point.
I think I was in Winchester. Yep. And
Or
because
yeah,
there's the place I went to, that place. So yeah, don't
Winchester and
yeah,
Michigan Street,
maybe.
maybe.
Um, so yeah, I was on my way to Brattleboro, and that happened. So I'm getting harassed,
Yeah,
and the children are screaming, and the air machine won't work. And I decide I'm just getting in my car and driving away.
yeah. I mean, at that point, I would just be like, whatever. I'll buy a new tire.
I can't believe this guy was like, she's so fucking horny. I was like, oh,
Lock all my doors.
no kidding.
Oh my
Like, what were
gosh.
you doing there all that time? Like at 11:30 at night.
I always come up with like clever comebacks after the fact when stuff happens. That's super weird.
Yeah.
Like in the moment, you just are like, okay, bye.
You're stunned. Yeah, you're just
I
stunned.
don't know what to do.
Yeah. No, that's
But
perfectly
then later,
rational.
you're just sort of like, I should have yelled your mom at them and then like ran. Like,
They're
oh,
like, I have scabies,
lost
and run away.
opportunity. Yeah.
Something like
Like,
that.
oh, I could have made the most horrible pun and I didn't.
I don't know. It's just like, were they waiting there for somebody else? Like, that's my worry. Like,
Perhaps.
they were there to ambush someone, or maybe they arranged a meeting at the air machine at the fucking gas station.
Oh, you should have asked them if they had the goods. You could have gotten something. Thing.
Like, air comrade, long live the Reich, or something.
Oh no.
I don't know. Like,
Oh, gosh.
I might have got shot then. But the point is that, like, so I nothing else happens there. I go to Brattleboro. It's about just the fucking same as New Hampshire. I mean,
Yeah.
there are more Black Lives Matter signs in this fucking town, thank God. But it's like,
Yep.
that's the only discernible difference.
Yeah.
And then I drive home. Like, I'm in Haverhill, right?
Yeah.
How far did I go? Hold on. A second.
It looks like the entire state.
No, I almost traveled the whole state. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's like fucking 500 miles or something.
Yeah.
And
It's a 2-3 day bike ride.
the whole trip, like, felt like it took like an hour or something.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 hours to get home on the Mass Pike or some shit, like whatever toll road there is up there.
Oh, that's the Mass Pike.
Yeah. Oh,
I think it's the only toll road.
No, that's Route 2. I was on Route 2. So it took me 2 hours to go
okay.
back on the Route 2 highway. Let me tell you a couple things about fucking Western New Hampshire, aside from like weird married couples like being rude at the air machine at a particular gas station.
Oh.
There are no fucking traffic lights.
Oh, that's true.
All the way along Route 119. No traffic lights. There's
Yep.
barely people.
Yep.
And it's like just woods and
Yep.
the calling of forgotten gods in the still air of the evening.
Uh-huh. Did you see the occasional giant "Live Free or Die" sign?
You know what? I did see some Trump like lawn signs, but it wasn't like "Come take my guns" or giant sculptures of
Yeah.
Trump in limestone or anything.
Because
like
that's the state motto.
live free or die. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always thinking about the or die part being pretty good.
Yeah.
You know,
It bothers me though.
I don't know. If they die, it doesn't bother me. I mean, if people from Massachusetts die, it doesn't bother me either. So that's my problem.
Okay.
But I think that as it goes, like, not only there's no lights, but it is a rainy, kind of foggy night.
Oh, it was rainy and foggy last night.
And I'm going up and down these like little mountains, because
Yeah.
it's just big fucking hills.
Very hilly.
And like I go into these fog banks that were like impenetrable. Like I just slow down. It was so thick. Like the second I hit the fog, like my windshield would get all wet.
Yeah.
And like I'd have to turn on the windshield, and then like I just couldn't see anything. Couldn't see after the wiper. It was just like that fucking dense. And I turned on the high beams, and then like I could see less because there was so much shit in the air.
Yep.
So I have to continue up these hills and then go through the fog bank, which is literally just a fucking cloud. I'm going through a cloud.
It is. That's what fog is.
Yeah, I go up out of the cloud, and then I'd come back down again. And this happened like 4 or 5 times. So I thought it was pretty interesting.
Huh.
But it was spooky. And it was like, there's only one lane on this highway.
Yeah.
It is a route. It is an interstate route. And there's just mailboxes on either side. And it's just all just sometimes residential.
Oh.
every so often, some pickup truck would just slam up behind me because they're used to driving 90 miles an hour on these streets, and
They
I'm
are.
like a scared little, Prius
Driving a
boy.
reasonable speed limit. It's
Yeah,
reasonable.
it is, and I'm on a Prius, and like they're just trying to like murder me, and so every so often I find a reason to pull to the side and let them go, because
Yeah.
I have this thing called anxiety, and
Uh-huh.
I was anxious about it, so I let them go. But yeah,
Yeah.
so that was my night. Those are the most important things: getting harassed, foggy night, driving in the
Oh.
west of New Hampshire,
Oh gosh.
and something else happened. Oh, I was worried about getting abducted by aliens.
Oh. Oh.
That didn't happen. I was just anxious about it, of course.
Is the worry that it will happen, or is the worry that you'll have fun?
Oh God, no. I'm not worried. I'm going to have fun. I have like one of those brains that imagines like the horror of the unknown, just like,
Yeah.
I was really into like, Lovecraft and, like really like bonkers speculative fiction, like Ursula K. Le Guin and,
There's a
John
there's
Varley.
there's a huge search going on right now over where where the Loch Ness is supposedly supposed to exist.
Oh yeah, over there in
Yeah.
the Uck
In
or
the Yuck.
Scotland.
Scotland. Yeah. So they've organized a massive search of
Oh,
the
boy.
entire like bay where it has supposedly been seen that is going on now. And I know they won't find anything, but it's also kind of like amazing that this many people are trying to find something that doesn't exist.
Where is Loch Ness?
I don't know.
I'm looking
Well,
at
Loch Ness
Scotland
doesn't
right
exist.
now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that helps. It doesn't exist, so
Yeah.
um,
It
why
might be
bother looking?
the Bay of Edinburgh or something like that.
Oh, okay. At
Or
any rate,
is that's not Scotland? That's the UK. It's not Edinburgh. Is that Scotland? I
I'm
don't know
looking at
anymore.
this place called Loch Linnhe, and I'm going to pretend it's there.
That's probably where it is. Yeah, all those locks. They're gonna search all the locks for the nest, and
Water.
it's right up there with like all the big searches that go down for Bigfoot. I was looking at the photo that someone claims to have taken of the Loch Ness monster, and I was looking at it, and I was like, it really just looks like someone was swimming in the bay, and their arm happened to be up in the air at the right moment.
That's very possible. This is very
Yeah.
blurry, right?
It's extremely blurry.
I know the one
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah. It's the one that is used in every article about the Loch Ness monster.
They show it on the History Channel like 3 times an hour.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And
Basically.
if you look at it just really just stop and think logically about it. Like, that's just somebody swimming in the water. Like, oh, but why is the water so still? I'm like, 'cause they're just really good at swimming. It's a skill.
You have a really good swimmer, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a really bad photographer, and you have a monster.
Bam.
Over.
Monster.
Insta monster.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm calling this one closed.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I need to know that we're moving on, or I will
We are
lose
moving on.
my mind.
Yeah, we'll move on.
So you chose anxiety
I did.
and drive to Vermont.
Well, it seemed related.
It was related.
It was a bit related.
I'm afraid of emotions and also afraid of not having emotions. That's the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm choosing the next one.
Okay. Let's do this.
Dance.
Dance. I dance.
Let's talk about the dancing.
Yeah, I've been taking dance classes for 2 years.
2 years of dancing.
2 years of dancing.
You're still
and
a
I'm
novice
having
dancer.
a blast. I was.
Oh, but you changed.
Yeah, it's changing. And it has me absolutely terrified, tangentially related to anxiety.
Always anxiety.
Always.
That-
Everything is related. But
yeah, that segment never ends.
yeah, like I've been taking these classes long enough that they're making me or strongly encouraging me to sign up for intermediate, which is not a beginner class. I will not be in a class that has the word beginner in it in a couple months, and it has me terrified.
Quick aside, does an intermediate cost more than beginner?
No.
Good.
It's the same price. Yeah, the
'Cause that-
classes are the
yeah.
same price.
That's good.
yeah. Yeah,
They're
yeah,
not
yeah.
trying to
But
make
it's
an
like
extra
the
dollar or anything.
skill sets, right?
Yeah.
So I've been going on taking all these dance classes, and I'm finally at a point, I guess, where they think I'm ready to start learning how to actually dance.
I think that's cool.
It is cool.
I have partaken of these art forms in the past, and
Yeah, you came to my recital/show
I certainly did, and
in the summer.
it was very hot, but it was also incredibly
Oh
great.
God, that venue sucks so
Well,
much. Like,
it's fine if it's not boiling hot, I think.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
The air conditioner was behind the curtain they put up for the stage,
Right. So it was too
which is why it
cold.
was boiling hot out in the audience and it was freezing cold backstage.
It'd be so easy for them to put some ducting up, to fix that.
It
But
would, it would,
whatever.
yeah. That does require money though, and dance studios and facilities tend to really cut their budget insanely close to the line.
Well, everybody had a good
So,
time despite the fact they lost like 3 pounds sweating in the place.
oh yeah, I mean that's a perk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hot yoga and dance. Come on.
At the same time.
Yeah.
I had a
But
great
yeah,
time. But yeah, so you've been dancing a long time and you
I
are
have.
part of this thing. And
Yeah.
I thought you were wonderful.
Thank you. And I had a blast.
You really
And
did, yeah.
I'm slightly terrified about what's coming next because
Okay.
it's gonna get hard.
Here's what I'm thinking will happen next. I'm looking into the future.
Yeah.
Dancing. That's what I'm getting.
Dancing.
I think
Yeah.
there'll be dancing. I
There's
don't think you
Go
got to
ahead.
worry about it so much because, honestly, if you have a good teacher, they'll say like it's time for you to move on
yeah.
when they know that you're at the top of your ability, And I was worried about them like you paying double the price for classes or some shit because that's an obvious.
No.
That's
but
my
I
old
am
karate
taking
instructor.
double classes. I'm taking twice as
Well,
many classes
that's
next
not.
semester.
Yeah, maybe that's
But
your
yeah.
fault, not theirs.
That's my fault. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think
I'm
in
slightly
general-
terrified about it.
I think you can be nervous, but I bet you when you get there, it's going to be mostly what you know and mostly what you remember.
Yeah.
And they'll be
Well,
like,
and I
"Today
get to
we're
learn
trying
new
this."
things.
Yeah.
And something I was kind of realizing this summer is
That's why I say
I'm
mostly.
taking the same level and over again is that I've reached the point where nothing new is coming up.
There you go.
And while I still have room to improve on the execution of stuff, it's sort of like it just comes with practice.
They say when the student is ready, the teacher says you need to register for the next higher up class.
Yeah.
That's
Now
what they say.
there's a small wrinkle with this new advanced class I have to take.
A rinky?
Yeah, it's on Thursday.
Oh,
It's
is it on?
Thursday?
It's on Friendly
Thursday
Thursday.
nights.
We
It's
could
on Friendly Thursday.
we
and,
could move
and,
Friendly.
and everything else in life that I want to do in the summer, like pick up a CSA or go to trivia night or whatever. All these things are scheduled on Thursday. So I was wondering if maybe we shouldn't have a discussion offline about other things.
No,
Yeah,
Thursday is sacred.
it is sacred. It does belong to Great Bit.
No, we can absolutely
So
change it. I've been thinking about Friday. We get back to Friendly Friday. The reason why we have a Friendly Thursday is because
Yeah.
we couldn't have Friendly Friday because one time Cairo was like, "Oh, I have a thing," so I got all annoyed
screw
about
that.
it.
He
Yeah.
didn't answer our Discord call last 2 weeks
I know,
ago.
right? What a
Yeah.
jerk! He left us hanging. I know he was listening to the podcast, just laughing his ass off.
Oh, I apologize.
I don't apologize. I didn't do anything wrong.
I know you didn't do anything wrong.
We
I
were-
still feel weird about that.
I think it's not our fault that he looked really bad and that he seemed
Oh, gosh.
super unprofessional.
Oh man.
That's the joke.
Anyway. Yeah, we might try calling someone else next time.
Dancing.
Dancing though, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
And
I want to ask you a question as your interviewer here.
okay, go for it.
Because I have no experience with shaking it in a formal sense.
Yes.
What about it do you enjoy the most?
I don't think about anything when I'm dancing.
That is a bonus.
It turns my brain off. It's also like really easy to do.
Is it?
Yeah.
It doesn't look easy.
No. Well, I've been doing it for 2 years now,
That makes sense.
right? And you add a little bit every time. But at the very basic level, because this is belly dance. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Oh
When we
yeah, belly
started out,
dancing. Yep.
Yeah. That first class that I took, all we really did was just like move our hips side to side and just shift our weight. And that's where we started.
Wow.
And then over time you start to add things like moving your arms or your legs or your chest.
Chest movements, right?
Yeah. And none of this in the last 2 years have we really done anything with like I think the classic thing people think about with belly dance is the stomach rolls.
I suppose, yeah.
And that's advanced stuff,
It's
is what I've
advanced stuff.
learned. Yeah, it's advanced. Never done it once,
But you've
really.
you've actually it shuts off your brain.
It
Oh
shuts my
my
brain off.
god.
For a whole hour and a half on Saturday mornings, I have
Mm.
zero anxiety. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just being the class goofball and having fun.
No, honestly, like that's the thing. Like you have
Yeah.
anxiety before something. You
Yeah.
have it before and then you dread it after, but while you're doing it, it's so like if you're in the right headspace,
Yep.
it's just it's a singular motion. It's
It
all
is.
happening.
So I
That's
experience that
great.
when I'm dancing,
That's
and it's
great.
just something that I've discovered is fun, and it's low. Uh, it's not like a hard workout, I guess is the other thing.
It seemed like a hard workout while you were up there.
Oh,
I
it seemed
mean,
like it. Well,
really.
at that point of that performance, like we had been in full costume for 4 hours
Yeah, and it
and
was
had already
really
run
really
through it
hot.
once,
Yeah.
and we were hot and tired, and it was like, all right, time to do the real show. I'm like, but I want a nap. And I
You
stepped
were
on a
up there.
wood chip.
Oh,
Yeah.
the yeah, you were up there for like 6-7 minutes. It was just
Oh,
constant.
it wasn't. It was 2.5 minutes, maybe
What?
three tops. It was very
No.
short. It was very short. Yeah,
No, it seemed a
yeah.
lot longer.
It seems that long because this is the thing. Like you go for a walk, right? And you're gonna
Right.
turn around and come back, or you go somewhere and you turn around and come back. The trip to that turnaround point, never mind that it's the same distance as the way back, is
Yeah.
always longer than the return trip. So you didn't know when it was gonna end. So it seemed like it took longer. But if you know when it's gonna end, then you're just like, oh, two more moves and I'm done. You know?
I think in my defense, I was just enchanted and entranced. That's all.
Fantastic.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool experience to see. And I'm glad you're having a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I hope I never have to do another veil dance ever again for the rest of my life, though, because I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, it wasn't your favorite type
The-
of dancing.
No, the prop. It was the prop. I kept, like, every rehearsal, something would go wrong. It would get stuck on my head or stuck in my hair or I'd let go of it by accident, drop half of it, or
Yeah, I suppose it seems like a lot of the dancing did not involve like a prop, but that one definitely did.
that one was a prop. Yeah. Yeah, the veil's a prop. The one that we've been doing in class that we didn't really do on stage, which kind of surprised me because it's the thing in the class description was zilling, which are the finger symbols.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've taken to that like it's my favorite thing in the world. So,
Very cool.
yeah.
I like sort of like rhythms and I
Yeah.
I played drums once in the band and it was cool.
Drums are fun. Your
Yeah.
own personal percussion. Yeah.
But well, yeah, dance. Was that all we were going to talk about with the dance?
That's the big thing. That's the big thing happening for me with dance right
That's
now. Is
really
that
cool,
I'm no longer in a beginner class anymore.
Just like I'm an expert at mahjong.
You're an expert
I'm no
at
longer
mahjong.
an adept. Yep.
Yeah, you're expert. So it's kind of mind blowing that I've gotten this far. Because I figured I'd just be kind of like not good at it forever.
Well, I suppose here's the thing. I really believe is that your teacher, right, and you.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a relationship there that works, that is good, for tutelage, everything else almost doesn't matter. You're gonna get
Yeah.
better. You're gonna get
Yep.
better. So I
I
think
did
that
have a good
was-
teacher.
Yeah. I think that helped.
Yeah. That's the other thing too is that by moving up, I'm going to switch teachers, and I'm kind of sad about it.
That's
He was my
anxiety
teacher.
inducing, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that guy who was doing the dance, right? In the dress.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was an interesting fellow.
The
He was
bunny
very,
rabbit.
very interesting fellow, I must say.
He's a hoot.
I think he was grand.
Fantastic. I'll miss him.
I know. Well, he'll still be in the company, but
Oh yeah.
he'll probably run into him again.
He'll probably show up in my class randomly.
He'll be like, "Ah, I'm here." Yeah,
Yep.
singing tunes. So that was dance.
Yeah.
The only thing I have to add to that once is I used to go to Man Ray and dance in the dark with strangers.
Man Ray.
Yeah, old Man Ray.
What is Man Ray?
Man Ray's a goth club that closed down and then reopened and then closed down again recently in Cambridge. So
They should reopen again. Third time's the charm.
I think it would be cool. Yeah, it was a good time. I was young and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and I had a good time dancing, but I didn't really do anything formal.
Oh.
But I think that not kind of my thing. Like when I went out dancing, it wasn't to like go out there and dance around and sweat. Like I had other things in my mind, so I wasn't like I can't. I just loved the dancing. It's like wasn't like the point.
That's so much fun.
I just like getting
Get out, move,
meeting people.
socialize.
Yeah, socialize is what I want to do.
Yep.
Anyway, honk. I'm gonna do
honk.
that. I'm doing
honk.
that. Doing the noises.
You're doing. You said you didn't
Oh
like
my
this one.
god! No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose them all together. They're all great. I love them all
still
now.
have the other one. I just thought buzzer was needed because of the horrible news you read about the Price is Right guy.
Oh yeah, it's your turn to choose the segment.
Oh, we should talk about if we're gonna set up a Patreon.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that was the only thing. We were just from our perspective, right?
Yeah.
You gotta. The most important thing you do in this business is make important decisions. So, the decisions we have ahead of us are very important. We want to sort of like give them the fullness of our meditation.
Yep. And we were talking about this. You have skills, and I have skills.
There are skills, and some are good for one thing and some are the other. We were either thinking doing a Patreon, or an OnlyFans, which is a website that's for fans. And
fan website.
I was on there, and they didn't show me a whole lot, but I think that it was a lot of fans were on there. I could see.
Yeah.
So, and Patreon's kind of like, hey, we're here, thanks, right?
Yeah.
OnlyFans is like
patron this place. You're not really a fan if you're a patron.
Yeah, you're just sort of like, I do this to look good, so I look cosmopolitan in front of the king. That's what a patron does, because you patronize. But the OnlyFans is only for fans. It's in the name, right?
It is, yeah. I think it's a better fit, honestly.
I think we have fans, don't we?
We do have fans.
And I don't want to talk to anybody else personally. I don't care about anyone else.
Not really, no.
So if you make it only for fans, problem solved. I think I just I don't know how that works. I'm not really interested. Like, what do you know about OnlyFans?
I know they have a website that's only for fans.
You know what?
You go make an account, and people who are your fans will
see your website.
Will support you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what I thought was interesting is that it's called OnlyFans, but I didn't know anything about OnlyFans before getting to the website. So if I wasn't a fan before I went to the website, how could I see it?
Oh, that's a good question. Like you'd have to be part of our grander network of content distribution via YubTub.
Well, I'm just saying myself, like if it's only for fans, if I'm not a fan of OnlyFans, then what am I doing there?
Oh no, it's not fans of OnlyFans. It's only for fans.
Of what?
Of people who are only on the OnlyFans website.
Oh, so you have to get on OnlyFans and then get fans and have only them access your website.
Yes.
Boy, that's complicated.
And yet simple.
I don't know. I hear a lot of people talking about that. Like sometimes we'll be watching a stream.
Yeah.
I get on these like gaming streams where there's, a nice lady sitting there. And she's, talking about her cat or something. Yeah. And there'll be like an OnlyFans link in her like thing. And I'm like, well, that's cool. So her fans are there, but she's also on, OnlyFans. She's wearing like a bikini or something, and I don't know why. That's a thing, but
it's probably because it's hot. Have you seen the oppressive heat wave in this country?
Fucking
hot.
Climate change, no doubt.
I would not wear clothes in my house if it didn't have windows.
Exactly. So. You should just get curtains, honestly. Point being.
I should put curtains up.
Yeah, I mean, that's something. It made my life better, I'll tell you.
That would help.
It took us forever to actually get that done, but we did it eventually.
No more random comments from my neighbors asking what I had for dinner last night.
That looked good. What'd you eat?
What were you eating? I saw it on your table.
Ugh.
Why are you staring at my windows? That's freaky.
Do you have an OnlyFans? This is the next question they have.
Oh, yes.
So, if you're a fan of ours,
yes, tell us in the comments.
you gotta okay. Tell us in the comments. We will tell you about our OnlyFans because it's only for fans.
Only for
And
fans.
then you go there. I don't know
Yes.
how they. I don't know how they can tell who's actually a fan. They're probably going to test you.
I think you have to prove you're a fan by entering your credit card information.
No,
Yeah.
no. That anyone can have a credit card. They have
Right,
to.
but then you cross-reference it with the identity of the cardholder, with your clientele base on the
Sure.
YubTub and or anywhere else we've distributed this, and then we can be like, aha, you are one of our OnlyFans.
I don't believe that. I think they want to be more real to the concept of the website. I think you got to answer like a Sphinx's riddle or something. You know.
Oh, that's a good
You're
idea.
like, what does Great Bit
Get rid of the
hate
credit
more
card.
than I don't know something?
Cheddar
He hates
cheese.
everything. It's easy. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, they'll definitely test you.
Yes.
I'm imagining that in my mind right now, and then you could get into the OnlyFans, and then what are we going to put on there?
Oh, things that only our fans want.
What like our podcast?
Well, it would have to be special things associated with the podcast,
Okay.
Like-
Secret.
like secret
Segments.
access to the podcast early.
That would be good.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
you get it a whole 2 hours in advance.
I think that would be worth it. What do you think?
Or-
Like a $50 a month
Or
fee?
a secret live stream of me editing the podcast.
That would be good.
Yeah,
Be sure you're wearing clothes though, because after you have
I always wear clothes.
I know that, but
We've talked about this. I don't have window shades.
after you put your window shades on, make sure
Why would I
you're
do
in
that?
Because you don't want to have to wear clothes in your house. I don't know why we're
Oh.
talking about this and
Why are we
OnlyFans
talking
at the
about
same
my
time.
clothes?
I
What
don't know
about
why.
you? Are you wearing clothes?
Not really.
Oh dear.
I just have my fuzz out.
Secret cat cam in Great Bits.
Oh yeah, the cat cams.
Basement.
That
Yeah.
sounds horrible. The
Basement cam.
basement cams.
Yes.
The
Oh, I could set one up too.
I need to fix that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I could watch the wet spot dry in my basement. Guess what's wet? My basement. Only
yes.
on OnlyFans.
Some people would logging into that and getting like really upset.
Oh. I was promised moist content. What is
Right,
this?
what is happening?
Moist content.
Here's the corner of somebody's basement with a puddle in it.
It crumbles apart, so my cats come by to chase the ghosts.
There you go. So I mean Patreon's good too,
Yeah,
but it's not only
There-
for fans.
that's true. Anybody could sign up for Patreon.
I mean your haters could get on a Patreon.
They could. Oh, it's the other one too. There was one that was like Ko-Fi.
Ko-Fi, I don't know what that means.
Ko-Fi.
That sounds like a fucking like Roth IRA extension or something.
Ooh, I do like saving for retirement.
Do you?
Yeah,
How's that going for you?
it's going pretty good.
So we could give investment tips from Smitchell on the OnlyFans.
Yes.
There we go.
If you have money, you're already halfway to retirement.
You're already giving it to us because it's OnlyFans, right?
Oh, there's that too. Yeah.
So
Oh,
we
we could have
we
the
know you have
retirement
money.
fund sign up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Donate $1 and we can retire earlier.
This is going to be the biggest OnlyFans in the history of OnlyFans.
Ooh.
Cat video,
Yeah.
wet spot,
Basement.
investment advice, basement.
Yeah.
Also,
Curtains.
curtains, clothed podcast editing video.
Yeah. Just ASMR.
Going
Just
to be
the sounds of me going while I'm editing it.
it's
And
going to be
just,
huge. It's the
Why?
howlings. Yes.
Or, no.
There you
Yelling at
go.
my cats.
Stop it. Stop
Or
smelling
what?
up my office.
Sounds of me dropping things. We could post pictures of our cat's feet.
We could also, we also have my cat stream.
Have a feet pic redeem.
Oh, that'd be so good. My cat's
Yeah.
feet are the cutest fucking things. He's
So
asleep
good.
right now because it is the middle
All the
of the
beans.
day. He's a great boy though. He's
Yeah.
one of the best boys I've ever known.
Beans and breadsticks, two of the best features of cats.
Well, I think we decided to go with OnlyFans. That's good.
I think we did.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's an extension of the administrative segment. Patreon is just like, I don't care about Renaissance art. I don't care about what the Duke thinks of me. I don't need to be a patron of any artist. So skip that. OnlyFans for fans only. That's where we're going.
That's where we're going. Ooh, we could get a TikTok too.
Hold the heck on.
Then we'll be banned in Montana.
Oh, I love to be banned in Montana. Oh, my God.
Let's get banned in Montana.
Imagine us putting something on OnlyFans that got us banned in Montana.
It'd be a link to TikTok. That's what it
would be.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to do shorts. This is something we've been talking about for months.
Yeah.
You want to do shorts, and you were Minecrafting and craft mining, and you were like, let's do shorts, and I'm like, no. And
you
got all
said
offended.
no. And I was like, fine, no.
Fuck you then.
Fine.
What was your shorts idea? Aside from wearing shorts.
Now.
No.
It's
gone.
It's gone.
On.
You said no. I deleted it.
Whatever.
But the shorts idea was just audio clips from the podcast that sounded the most interesting or intriguing, thus luring the listener to the fabulous content that is our podcast.
And then eventually the OnlyFans.
And then the OnlyFans.
I think, but like, what would we put with it? Doesn't shorts need something visual?
You do. And that's where my other idea for the animated intro came in that I have not worked on once.
Don't work, please.
Thus ensuring that I haven't worked on the podcast.
Please don't. Yes.
I have ideas. I don't implement them. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
Have ideas. Just don't do anything. Don't do anything ever.
Oh, the more I think about this animation stuff, the more I want to learn how to do it.
You could just like there's like a machinima mod for Minecraft, isn't there?
We could get the AI thingy to make the video for us. That would be the ultimate expression
just have
of
like
minimal
AI.
viable podcasting. Actually,
it's so good.
If we really wanted to make it minimal, we should take all the podcasts we've done already and just have one generated by AI next episode.
Let me look into that. Let me look into that because you do so much work already. I wonder if there's like an audio-based AI that would make like something you'd listen to instead of something you'd watch.
I was reading or saw a title that there's somebody offering a service now where you can upload your own content into the AI to generate AI things. Thus giving them free data on their training manual and encouraging the skewing of data.
You could do that with Midjourney or whatever anyway. I mean, that's how that works. You throw a bunch of stuff at it, but I don't know if it's a video or if it's
I think Midjourney wants money, though, after the second or third button click.
Ugh.
And we, as purveyors of Minimal Viable Podcast, also prefer minimal, cheap podcast.
Yeah, we can't spend money on this if possible. Though, I do have a podcast. Sort of, provide like a RSS feed generator thing.
Yeah.
It's like $9 a month. So I think I could cover that.
Oh well, you also have you bought the YubTub prescription.
That doesn't make a difference. It just means that we don't have to watch video ads here.
Yeah, no free ads for you.
We've opted out of free advertising.
Paid
what
ads
a rube! What a rube!
Give us $5 for ads.
I don't know what to buy anymore. Hell,
I don't know what to do. You know what? I have a paid Spotify account.
Yeah.
Not because I wanted features that came with the payments, but because I was tired of hearing ads for condoms.
Yeah, really. Penis.
Basically, like
penis. Yeah.
Trojan. Oh, I'm like, she knows what you want tonight. Like, honestly, I'm done. I'm done with the condom ads. Here's $5. Leave me alone.
No shit. Yeah, they make them as horrible as possible. It used to be a thing where they like make sure they got like they would court like people to sell ads and like that were like really aggressively horrible. Psoriasis is oozing all over my family. Something like that. It'd be like fucking what?
Got crabs.
Yeah.
Well, so does Sharon.
Is pus ruining your marriage or something?
Oh, man. Something I can talk about endlessly while eating at the table with other people is just like the most disgusting body movements that people can do, like bowel movements and pimples and...
There are worse ones, honestly.
Things my cats have done to my carpet that are unspeakable.
I think, a lot of people, including me, would find it hard to eat through that. But I'm
just like, I'll just be sitting there just eating my macaroni and cheese or or custard, and just be like, my cat did on my carpet today. She had the shits everywhere, and then I had to freaking clean it up and washed my cat, and everything was poop, and then she did it again. She threw up her tuna casserole all over the place.
We could do an OnlyFans redeem for
mayonnaise.
you to record
I can tell bad stories.
awkward stories at dinner time for other
Ooh.
people.
Oh, I could.
That'd be an extension of spaghettifriends.com.
I would lose all my friends, though.
Would
They
you
wouldn't
really?
want to be part of that. Yeah.
I mean, you have friends that
just
aren't.
a little.
See, this is the problem. You have friends who are not on the internet. Like, all I have is internet friends, and they're all degenerates, so they would love
I
that.
do, but the ones I hang out with the most are on the internet.
That's true, but like you have
They've
real
listened
ones.
to this podcast.
You have real ones. No, they wouldn't care.
You have real ones? I'm here.
Maybe Cairo would be like, I can't, and just stop listening. But I think we got everybody else, which is 66% of our listenership.
That's true.
So I don't know. I think anything for the OnlyFans, I guess, is our new motto.
Yeah. So, if you are listening to this podcast right now, leave a comment telling us what kind of OnlyFans things excite you about podcasts.
Pictures of cats.
And how you are only a fan of the Bitchell Test.
Yeah, you've got to be only a fan of us.
Only a fan of us.
Not a fan of anybody else. That's another requirement.
It's a strict club.
Yep. OnlyFans. Only OnlyFans. That's what we're going to call it.
I don't know if we were going to get into cat stories today or not, but there is a mountain of cat fur on the floor under my chair, and it's driving me nuts.
No, I've got cat fur every fucking place.
Huge tumble furs.
When it gets warm, my cat just leaves his.
Yeah.
As he walks, like his fur will just come off of him.
No, there's a whole ass cat down here, and it's not my cat.
It is a different cat.
No, it's a fake cat.
It's a
Proto cat.
cat, a AI cat.
Yeah.
All right, that was what? Dance?
That was so many things. That was
Patreon or OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I think it's a good conversation. I think we arrived at a very good outcome there.
We did. Yeah.
Let me see. So I think it's your turn to choose, right? No, it's my turn.
I think it's your turn. Do you want this to be the last final choice?
I don't know.
You want to do two more?
I don't really care. Well, I mean, I'd say that from a position of like stamina,
Yeah.
I could go for 3 more.
Oh, so
What
from
about
the
you?
position from the position of my bladder, 2 tops.
2 tops. Okay.
Yeah. My bladder would be eternally grateful if it was just the one more.
This has been a problem, Smitchell. I think we
as
should
I
have
mentioned before,
Smitchell goes to the bathroom segment.
No, we're not recording that. But as was previously mentioned, I had 5 cups of coffee.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
I've only gone to the bathroom before that all started.
All right. I want to hear about the news.
You want to hear about the news?
We've done some work on this.
We have.
And we have...
There's a lot of news.
Do you have the links I sent you?
No.
I sent you the one about Texas.
Did you send me a link about Texas?
I did.
Oh, you did. Yeah, Texas beats the heat by converting to Celsius.
Yep, that's a real news story.
Yeah.
I think we wanted to talk a little bit about the writer's strike.
The writer's strike? Yeah.
The writer's strike. Here's that one.
Yeah. No, actually, that's sort of like that's related to the AI stuff that we were just mentioning.
I suppose, yeah.
It's one of their concerns. People are being worried about getting replaced with AI.
I listened to the Adam Ruins Everything guy. He has his own podcast, which is really amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's called Factually. Are you listening to that?
I don't listen to it religiously, but every once in a while I'll listen to an episode. And
It's
they're
so
all great.
good. I can't miss him.
Adam Ruins Everything is great.
He's a
That's podcast goals.
He's a dandy dude, and
we got to ruin everything.
He's very smart.
Yeah,
and he should give me kisses on the lips. But the point is that he is like the head of he's involved with the union that's running all this stuff.
Oh, is he?
He's like one of the negotiators. I think he's head of one of them, and he has a really good, sort of like perspective on it all. Apparently, like people working on like Netflix shows, like we're talking about like really like low level people.
Yeah, the extras
Yeah, and not the
in the
extras.
scene.
No, we're talking about like not extras. Extras get like a check and then they leave. We're talking about like the assistants and like the people who move lights around and stuff who have to be there every day.
Hmm.
They're getting like barely minimum wage.
Yeah,
8 hours a day for 8 hours in the day, and they
at
work.
least 8 hours. It's probably longer than that
Well,
because
that's
movies
just
are
it.
usually crunched.
They get paid for 8 hours, and then they're there for 12 to 16 hours a day.
Yeah,
And it's wild when you hear about that. There's so much wage theft.
yeah.
I think that's one thing they're really fighting after. They're really fighting for is like actual like
These people need to be able to afford to do their jobs.
they want overtime and they want and or like quality of life improvements. You know.
Yeah, I forget, but I think the entertainment industry is one that can't be salaried.
Is that why?
Maybe? I don't know. Or maybe it's that they all have to. I think it is one of the industries that they're not allowed to salary and they have to pay hourly.
Here's what I'm really like. My I have a question in relation to that. Why do these things have to be produced so quickly?
Why do movies have to be produced so quickly?
In television shows, it's mostly television shows that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think a standard television season is 26 episodes, which is one episode every 2 weeks. And if you think about what goes into that, that's a lot of work.
well, that's also what it used to be. Now it's 10
Yeah.
episodes or 12
Yeah.
episodes.
And they try to do it all in 6 months.
Yep. And I guess that if you get 10 episodes, like maybe I just don't know what goes into this, but
A
like
lot.
what why couldn't you just take longer and have it be better?
Um, it takes longer. There's a perception that people won't want to watch it when it's released.
I mean, we waited for like 3 years for one season of fucking Stranger Things.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Why? Well, I mean, it was still a huge hit. Why did it take so long? And why couldn't like did they have to film it in 3 weeks? Like that's what I want to know.
Well, it's not just the filming; it's the casting, it's the post processing. There's stuff that gets filmed outside. You have to have weather that cooperates with you.
Maybe. Yeah.
And if you want to do something that's like, oh, this whole series is filmed in the fall, you can only film it in the fall
Or in front of a green screen, which is
or
terrible.
in front of a green screen, which then takes a ton of effort from animation studio somewhere to fill in all the effects for that.
All the falling leaves.
Yeah, all the lighting, the everything needs to get adjusted.
Right. I just think that. I mean, I know the reason. Like, I already know the reason. I'm asking this because I don't understand like what the economic realities are. Because it's money. They're doing this for
Yeah.
money. They're squeezing
Well, yeah.
more money out of the project by making it
Why
shorter.
not? Why not take more time? As this could be the same could be said about any job, really. Like, why do we feel the need to rush everything through when you could just all agree to take a little more time and not feel like
Yeah.
rushed?
That's the thing, especially now with all these labor saving devices and things. It's just like,
Hmm.
like we're worried about robots taking our jobs and stuff.
Yeah,
And it's like, well, okay, they are never getting a break and never getting paid, right?
no. Well, and the concern around robots taking your job is that you will then lose your ability to have a home because you won't have a job anymore.
Exactly. Well, I understand about it. It's like if we're deciding that's not the way to go,
Yeah,
and we want high quality things, like if you're not making widgets or you're not, doing something on a set schedule,
hmm
like I think it behooves capitalists to be kind of like, take your time and do it right, man.
yeah,
Right?
yep.
I don't know. I'm
I
probably
would love
wrong.
it if we did that. We just took our time. It
Like,
would save so much.
yeah,
Like, technology was supposed to make the job easier, not force us to grind out double.
well, I mean, technology was designed to make people money, and that's what it's doing. It's allowing people to work more broadly and harder in a smaller period of time, which means they can force more work on the same person and then pay one person for what three people used to do.
But what if we just let one person do one person's job?
That would be so good. I think that's legislation. I think we should do that and be like,
Yeah.
what is the value and the point of labor in general?
So this is a 100% related. That video of the guy that went to his city council and asked for $10,000 a month
Yeah, right. Why don't we do this?
wage
Yeah,
and
yeah,
let the
yeah.
robots do everything. Like, why not? It's
Uh,
not. I don't think that is something we should rule out. We should think about having some sort of like if technology is going to take over and make everyone's lives easier, and then one person can do the work of 10, and
yeah,
those other nine people need to support. You can't just say like, oh well, they're too lazy. That's a false argument. They're not too
yeah,
lazy.
yeah. They're just not doing the work because there's no
They just
work.
don't have a job because there's no
Yeah.
job for them.
And I think I mean, that's part of the problem now with like, people in certain brackets of skill not having work because, either A, they don't have childcare, obviously, or
Hmm.
B, because there's just no more room at the local factory.
Yeah. And why not take care of them? This is like
Yeah, just fucking do it.
it's a big freaking lie that rich people keep making up. Like,
Yeah,
oh, we gotta. Well, if you don't have a job, that's because you're lazy, or if you're on food stamps, it's because you're lazy.
yeah. And I mean, it serves somebody, but I think it actually just serves American sadism that they just want people to suffer if they're not, in their eyes, deserving. You
It's
know?
it's the big fake story that gets told over and over again
Yeah.
to kill off our welfare systems that are there for when you are falling on hard times. And you should
What's
be able to get out of that, but you
Yep.
can't. The system's designed to keep you there.
And they attack the government that can help these people at the same time. They want to get rid of
Yeah.
government. They want to, like, and then of course, like once you take away taxation and the welfare systems that prop them up, that because you give these people money, they spend the money on businesses and pay taxes. So once you remove like one of these like stool legs, the whole thing falls over, and then you have a fucking, popular revolt.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Let's do it.
it's just weird. Like,
Let's revolt.
why don't they understand that?
They don't care.
That's also true. Yeah, they don't
They
care.
believe they won't have to experience that. That their money will save them from it somehow.
Oh yeah, that's why they're trying to the John Galt everything and live
Eh.
on the moon or whatever.
Oh, send them. Just send them.
Yeah,
Don't tell them it's
really.
going to the sun. Just put them in that SpaceX rocket and ship it.
I really I really think it's funny.
Oh no, a billionaire died. What are we gonna do with all his money?
I know, geez.
Oh no.
Well, the government wants some, but they're probably not going to get it. And then, uh, it goes to his insane children who have been
Ugh,
broken by the fact that they've never had to do anything for themselves.
there's that.
And then as a result, some Coindexter gets all the money for a
Yeah.
fucking Bitcoin scam or whatever.
So regarding the actor writer strike, I haven't been following it closely enough, and I'm kind of concerned. Like if I go to
Yeah,
the theater tomorrow on $4 theater day, which is tomorrow, across the nation, you can go to a theater for $4.
I didn't
Am
know
I
that.
am I crossing a picket line?
I think it depends on whether or not the work that they've already done. I think is okay. I think if like scabs do work and then you go and see that's a different problem.
Okay.
I
I
think
just I just wonder like, cause I should be. I usually never go to the theater, but
because the things that are
recently we went.
right.
We saw the Barbie movie, and I was the whole time I was watching it in the back of my mind I was wondering did I cross a picket line?
Well, the people who worked in the Barbie movie and those who are getting residuals from the Barbie movie, right?
Yeah, they
And
are.
they're paying the union with that money, and I guess that's okay. I think it's neutral, right?
Yeah,
You could
I think it's
say,
neutral.
I mean, like we're gonna be watching a perfectly legally obtained copy of a Barbie adjacent movie in the Discord soon.
Oppenheimer?
Exactly. I think it's called Floppin' Grimer. I think that
Oh, did you get that on OnlyFans?
OnlyFans. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think it might be better to I don't know, totally legally obtain things. I'm not saying pirate them.
Don't pirate.
Way of getting it,
Yeah.
and that way no one gets the money.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit better than
Yeah.
going to the $4. You know.
Well, the $4 thing is like a holiday that all movie theaters have agreed upon. They do it every year.
Did they really? I don't remember it.
Yeah, I think it. Well, okay, it might be new because after the Rona, people stopped going out, which is fine. I'm down for that.
Yeah,
But
really, stay
I'm
inside.
trying to get people to come back. Theaters have been kind of dying anyway since the streaming has become a thing.
Here's the thing. What I have read is that is a lie.
Is
That,
it?
oh my God, movies keep making more and more money. Like the
They
top,
do.
yeah,
Oh, that is true.
yeah. That like there was a
But
fear of it. They thought that was going to happen with like
maybe
video
it isn't
cassettes and
that.
DVDs. It just never happened.
Maybe it's not that they're dying; it's that they've become too expensive.
It's possible,
Because
but
like a movie ticket's like $20.
it can be. Yeah, like where I live, it's like 14 or something. But
Yeah, it's
depending on where
really,
you live,
that seems expensive to me. When $20 used to get me a full day pass to go skiing nonstop as many times as I wanted on an entire freaking mountain.
well, geez, you know, Smitchell, I hate to break this to you, but gravity is free. Okay.
It is, but the
The
machine that
hard
takes
work
you
of
up,
SAG-AFTRA artisans is not.
but the machine that takes you up the hill is not powered by gravity. I ride the moving chair to get to the top so I can stand and slide down.
Snow is free.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Not free. There's nobody sitting on the other side to drag me down when I sit in that chair. Though I think it'd be hilarious if it was like a hand crank option.
I think it'd be fun if, little gnomes had to operate it, and you could be like, "Go, gnome, go," and they'd be like, "Thank you,
Yeah.
I hate
Ski
my
for
life."
free.
Yeah.
Ski for free, but you have to pedal up the hill.
Wow. I wonder if that's a thing. I mean,
Might be.
people would pay to do that, honestly.
They probably would, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be free either. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. I just made skiing harder for everyone. I'm sorry.
Do you like to ski?
I love skiing. I don't like
Yeah.
skiing in New England because
Oh,
the mountain ski zones out here are not mountains.
they're too
I
small.
don't. They're below 3,000 feet above sea level. It bothers me.
So the runs aren't long enough.
No, they're just below a certain distance above sea level.
Okay, that is not a qualitative fact. It's a quantitative fact. Why don't you like skiing in the Northeast?
It's too low. It's too close to the ocean mentally. It
Okay.
feels wrong to me. I feel like I'm.
All right.
I feel like I'm.
You're skiing in the
breaking
Northeast.
some horrible law about skiing because I'm not in the Rocky Mountains
Okay.
or Canada.
You're skiing in the Northeast. You're having
Yeah.
fun until you remember the ocean is so close.
It's so.
You're afraid that you're going to slide into
I
the
was-
ocean at the end of the run.
No, it feels wrong to me to be in my apartment and to know that I have to walk downhill to get to the top of the slope.
No, you don't.
I did when I was in an apartment that I had to walk downhill to get to the top of the slope at.
What kind of apartment were you living in?
One that was apparently on a hill slightly higher than the ski resort.
Because those are expensive places to live.
I guess it was kind of pricey.
Yeah.
But apartments are expensive generally out here.
Like, I guess, I mean, I suppose if you have in your mind, like, the altitude of the mountain, and you're sitting
Yes.
in there and being like, oh, God, 4,000 feet above sea level. Oh. You're like, you're not getting that here in the Northeast.
No, that doesn't exist at all.
You aren't. You're not having that kind of, like,
I don't get to brag that I was 5,000 feet or 10,000
brain-gasm.
feet above sea level.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
I
disappointment.
suppose that's what's missing. I don't think I've ever heard anyone speak about that when it comes to skiing,
No.
but
No.
we have now.
Did you get alpine sickness? If you didn't get alpine sickness, did you really go skiing?
So alpine sickness is when you like get short of breath, right?
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
oxygen level or the amount of oxygen in the air isn't what you're used to.
Yeah.
And so your body panics. It's great.
This is a weird way to go skiing.
Yeah.
You're meditating on altitude. You're short of breath. Your body is just
When you get to the top of the
evacuating
hill
your
and you look out,
bowels. What?
You don't see for hundreds of miles.
That's
There's no bowel evacuation. If you're having
That's
bowel
one of the things that-
evacuation while skiing, you're doing it wrong.
That's what happens. One of the things that can't happen with alpine sickness.
Oh yeah.
So I'm bringing that in because that was like one of the bonuses.
You don't do that while
were
you're
talking
skiing though. You do that after you get back in the lodge and you take off your boots.
about. So when you take off your boots, you automatically shit yourself.
Yeah.
I don't want to go skiing wherever the fuck you're going skiing. Okay.
Oh, okay. More for me.
Crapping yourself, being short of breath.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Who's coming with me? Is that not how you ski?
I've tried not to crap myself in most moments of my life. You know, it's
Yeah.
apparently a mistake that I've been making. This is
Obviously.
about the writer's strike.
Oh yes, yes. And whether or not I've crossed a picket lane when I saw the Barbie movie.
We're not going to be able to see Craven the Hunter in October, and we're not going to be able to see Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, seriously. Like, all these things I could do without. Dune Part
Yeah.
2, I'm a little worried about.
I
'Cause
would
I kinda like Dune.
so okay, original Dune should have never been made, but
Really? You didn't like it?
the first original one?
Oh, the one with Dale Cooper?
Yeah, with the big long speech at the beginning, and then I was like, "What the hell am I?"
I love
watching?
that one. It's
Oh,
absolutely
it's great.
bonkers.
I'll watch it again, but it should have never been made.
Well, sure. Like, everyone
Yeah.
involved with it regrets it. That doesn't
Yeah.
make it a bad movie.
No, I think it was a bad movie.
I like it.
Go
I
watch
always
it
liked
again, and you'll be like, "Oh, why?"
There are
Then
scenes.
you'll forget about that, and you'll see it again.
I'll admit it. My dad took me to see Dune when I was like 9, which could have
Yeah.
been a problem on a couple different levels.
It's fine. Your dad was there.
Yeah, my dad was there. It was PG, whatever. But
That makes it okay.
it's been burned into my brain in a few different ways. So
Oh, no.
I think I think I'm kind of broken to Stanley Kubrick's Dune. Was it Stanley
Yeah.
Kubrick? Yeah.
I don't actually know.
It was some famous guy, and he hated it, so he changed his name. But overall, yeah, I think Dune is a great story, even if it is
Oh, it is a great story.
so good.
Yeah.
It features the only completely lesbian chapter of Space Marines in all of fiction. So fucking good.
Oh.
But so those are being what the fuck? Hold on. I'm reading the news. Last week,
I see
Metro
that.
Golden Mayer moved Challengers to a sex-infused sports drama starring Zendaya to April. Sex-infused sports drama.
Challengers is a sex-infused sports drama. And they're not going to release it in April. They're going to release it in September.
Something about that broke me for a second, but now I'm reading it again. It seems like it's fine.
I
Okay.
don't know why they feel the need to put the word sex-infused in a sports drama. Like, isn't it obvious?
I think it's because people fuck in the sports drama.
Is that not what they usually do?
They do in this one.
Okay.
So the sex infused, like if it was like everyone eats a hot dog on every episode, it'd be like hot dog infused sports drama.
Ugh.
In this one, they're fucking. So it's sex infused. See?
Oh, they should get an OnlyFans.
It's not for sex. It's for fans. I'm sorry.
For fans.
Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted. But, yeah. So there's a lot of movies I don't care about that are getting delayed, and
Yeah,
who fucking cares?
I don't care.
Look at this guy. You can see this, right?
Yeah, I can see that. That's a lot of antlers.
I think he should kiss me on the lips. But other than that,
That's a lot of ab separation.
I think this is the view I like the most. I'd say
It's
that
a nice font.
it's a pretty good font, actually.
Yeah, it's a great font.
I
The Hunter.
want to give oral to this font.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
over here. Here's the point.
Oh.
These guys should get everything they're asking for,
Yeah, they should.
and they should get all the studio executives when it's over, and pulled out into the center of like Times Square, a la Hollywood. I don't know what the fuck that is, and have some trebuchets, right?
Yeah.
Load them all into the trebuchets, and fling them out of Hollywood via trebuchet.
Into the ocean or into the mountains?
Somewhere where they're going to die, I'm hoping.
Oh, mountains then.
Mountains.
Yeah.
They'll all be eaten by, cocaine bears, because that's the only bear they have in those mountains is the cocaine bears.
It's true. I've seen it.
It's important.
Cocaine Bear is now available on Netflix, I believe.
Quick, does your cat have alien DNA?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Next story.
I think we're done. I think we're done with that.
I think we are done. I think this is. I feel good about this. I feel good about this. About ending right now.
Oh, you want to end? Oh,
Yeah, wrap it up.
Oh, that's what you want to
Yep.
do.
Yeah.
Well. Who wants to end
the-
the podcast?
5 coffees.
Oh,
5
right.
coffees.
We have to figure something out because
Yeah.
I want to have an extra. Right? Hold on. I want to have an extra where I'm not like having you running to the bathroom. Why don't you
Yeah.
leave and I'll do a normal extra. Right?
No, we just do it. Let's do this.
Are you sure?
I can just hang out. If it's the outro, it's fine.
You
If we
respect.
don't start the outro, no, though, my bladder's gonna be like, nope.
We just spent 5 minutes talking about how you shit yourself while you're skiing.
That's
Okay.
different. That's the other orifice.
To me, it feels similar. They are
Your
located
pants
close
aren't
to one
necessarily
another.
moist after you shit yourself.
Oh,
Just
God.
squishy.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I knew I was going to step in it at some point. Right there.
Oh, you know what I saw on the way home from dance class today?
What'd you say?
I saw 2 kids with a big rock just smashing a dog poop on the sidewalk just over and over and over again.
America,
I was like,
ladies and gentlemen.
yes, to be a child.
Oh, I know. How bored do you have to be, right? So
They were into
bored.
it. They were so mad.
We used to just get stuff and just mangle it.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, like a rusty old bike or a box or nothing alive. Thank God, we didn't get that
Oh,
far.
good. You never went cow tipping?
We don't have any cows near where I lived.
Oh, there were cows near where I live, but I never went cow tipping.
There was a goat that lived on the street that we were all afraid of.
Oh, that's reasonable. Goats
Yeah.
will fuck you up.
His name was Mr. Bites, literally.
That's a very good name for a goat to avoid.
Exactly. It was just like he hated
Mr.
kids.
Bites, eh?
He nearly took off some kid's finger.
Oh, damn.
Anyway, this has been the don't shit yourself Bitchell test.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I have been Great Bit,
I'm the Smitchell.
and one of us has to run to the bathroom, and
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna say-
walk, actually.
that's okay. You don't want it to. Anyway,
I need to plan this better. This is the second time in a row that we've ended the podcast with me telling everyone, I gotta pee.
it's weird. Like you change your prescriptions or what?
No, I don't got prescriptions. Maybe I should get some.
Jesus Christ! You don't take any pills? How old are you?
No. Oh, that's
God
a secret.
damn it.
It happened again.
Why did we do this? We crossed the 8-minute mark.
Oh, no, we crossed the streams.
Speaking of streams, bye everybody. Bye-bye.
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 Oh.
Gonna go fry some chicken.
Catch you next time.
Bye-bye. You still there?
Yeah, I'm just waiting it out.
No, you don't have to wait.
I know.
Go
but
piss.
I am.
Go piss. Go.
Okay, fine.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going.
Don't bring the mic with you, though. That'll be awkward.
I'm leaving the mic on. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye.